Welcome to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Rise. Welcome to the climb up, reach for the summit. Visions break, the one falls, steadily the end. So higher and higher you chase it. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment, take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Rise, push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. It is you fight among the dead, beneath the dirt. Or do you know yet? Or do you want it? And when the giants call to ask you what you're worth, do you know if we don't doubt you? Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you.
that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find. We can test the waters, oh, it's hard. I think we're getting close. Racing through the waves, I want to be where nobody knows. Take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made of, baby, that's made of all that we find. Electric, feel it in your hands. Hypnotic, watch our bodies dance. Happiness, this is where we stay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the Get Wrecked Fall 2020 Split semifinals between Return of the Middlesticks and Get Money Boys for Gold Capped. We've got a lot of games for you today, but first I need to preface this with this is going to be a long day. Our casters are going to get very tired, and thank you everybody who is going to keep watching and keep supporting. But without further ado, the two teams are setting up right now, but I've got a little bit of introductions to do for these two teams. Get Money Boys on the red side. The boys are back in town after spending a split limit testing in Platinum, and we're just not going to talk about what happened in summer because GMB is stronger than ever and sporting the power of friendship. From the ashes of ASR came not the Phoenix, but the Crab. ASR may be gone, but Get Money Boys are here, and they are going for that gold. They're trying to get that money, and who to stop them but the scariest of crows on this scariest of days. And their opponents on the blue side. Okay, everyone, listen up. Return of the Middlesticks is going to hop off their post, walk out of that cornfield, and caw on your asses. Y'all ever experienced that deep suck? Well, you're about to get the slurp of a lifetime from the Rodham squad. I know what I'm talking about, too, since my name is Vid. Then, after we've drained all of your life juice, our crow storm will come down and eat your lifeless carcasses. Caw, caw, caw. Hashtag Rodham fighting. So with that, we have our two teams. They are ready for Champion Select, and we are hopping right into it here between Return of the Middlesticks on the blue side with that first ban and Get Money Boys on the red side. And they're going to have that last pick. Zoe here is the first ban from Return of the Middlesticks, trying to keep that away from Cold Flow. And, Mike Curie, what do you think about this series?
I've casted a few of these games for Rodham, and I know for a fact that these guys are one of the best teams in the league right now. These guys have just been showing so much ability to just overwhelm their opponents and just snowball their lanes and just slowly take the advantage, while also being able to use this advantage to win the game. But also for Get Money Boys, we have also seen some very nice plays coming out for them, especially when they decide to team fight together, when they decide to do a lot of things together. They can pull out and win a lot of these fights together. But this series will probably be very, very interesting. I'd love to see the team fights coming out of here. I'd love to see the plays. And what are your thoughts?
Yeah, these are some interesting bans. It seems like Return of the Middlesticks is keeping some of these team fighters away. They're getting rid of that Cassiopeia from Cold Flow in order to keep him from having that late game team fight presence. Also getting rid of Emerus's Poppy so that they can first pick the set, which is very interesting to me. Seeing as Ornn is open but dyslexic, he knows his set. He knows that man. He knows what he's going to do with it. Meanwhile, GMB, they are actually going to counterpick the Ornn here, and the Swain being banned away from Oath. That's actually two support picks and a mid lane that they're taking away from Rodham. Zac locked in as well, and Lord Zoten will be slinging himself around on this rift. So now with the set having been locked in, that is... Never mind. I was about to say the words counter pick or flex pick, but Nunu and Willem being locked in here for Gid Shadeslayer. That's pretty much rounding out the tankiness here for Return of the Middlesticks on the top side, so they can really unlock themselves to play much more damage-oriented mid and bot. I very much expect Jhin to be Jhin and Ashe to be the two big power picks here. Either they're going to be picked or banned. I know Marco Flavo knows his Ashe, and wow, Caitlyn picked up here for Icarus.
An interesting pick. I'd love to see what kind of support that Caitlyn is going to bring with him. Maybe a Thresh, maybe some aggressive support, or maybe even just like a nice casual, slow support, a utility support lane.
Yeah, and actually, I like with the Caitlyn, especially with how they have Set and Nunu. Of course, the Set still can't flex into the jungle anymore thanks to that Nunu, but still could potentially flex into the support role. But I would actually prefer to see something like a Lux, maybe. Something a little more catch-oriented. The Thresh is another good example, as you just mentioned. The Orianna picked up for Cold Flow, and that's a good blind mid lane pick, and they get to start banning out Tiberius as champions here in the mid lane on the second ban phase. We'll have to see what GMB goes for.
And it seems like they'll be banning Neeko. Yeah, I mean, Neeko's just such a scary champion, being able to go into that team fight with that huge ultimate and stunning everybody.
Flash going to be banned away as well, and Marco Flavo weeps a little bit. The Jhin is still up, and they can pick that first. So as long as Rotom doesn't ban that on their second go-around, that is available. But we're probably going to see another mid lane ban, just because the support is, I would say, much more up in the air. But no, the Lux actually, thinking ahead, thinking to what I just said about Caitlyn Lux, they're going to take that away, and the Jhin banned by Return of the Middlesticks. So Marco Flavo's got to dig a little bit deeper into his pockets for the spot lane pick.
And let's see what he'll pick. He has still some bit of a time left, but ooh, he looks like he's having a Misfortune. That'd be an interesting pick too. I've been giving his team a lot of team fight potential, a lot of these wombo combo potentials.
Yeah, I like the Misfortune here. She is pretty much B tier, A, B tier, but she's still a lot better than a lot of other ADCs. She also has a lot of that team fight presence that Get Money Boys looks like they're going for. They have the Call of the Forge God, they have Zac Engage, the ball delivery system with the Orianna, and of course Misfortune to throw a bullet time over top of that. And there really isn't that much dive on the side of Return of the Middlesticks either, especially with this Janna. That's hard disengage, and while that will be good at knocking away Zac, they're going to need a little bit more and possibly something to get on that backline, because if Misfortune can pump out damage from long range, it might not go very well for the side of Return of the Middlesticks. So their last pick, counter pick mid laner, we'll have to see what it is.
Syndra. So, I mean, that's probably one of the best AP Mage carries right now. Just in late game, Syndra is just absolutely a beast, being able to just take down the HP bars of even tanks in a matter of seconds.
And not to mention, she doesn't really have dive per se, but she has pseudo dive, where if she gets enough balls off, she can literally just flash forward and press the skill button and try and kill. But Blitzcrank here, that is such a good pick into this Janna.
This will allow the lane to be more aggressive and allow them to push forward in this lane. And as Caitlyn is a very poke-oriented AD carry, that Blitzcrank will be there to put pressure on him, just to make sure that if he decides to step out of line 1 second, I'll be there to hook him.
Yeah, and the common factor among this bot side of the map is that they really don't have any mobility. Icarus has the 90 caliber net, but unlike a lot of other ADC repositions, that will not interrupt the Blitz hook. It will still pull you back as long as Blitz catches you. So one hook on Syndra, Caitlyn, or Janna could easily start not only a team fight, but a one pick here for Get Money Boys. I really like their draft. Even though they have a lower tier ADC, I don't think that's going to matter as much as El Big Daddy 28's Blitzcrank performance this game.
Yeah, I feel like the other picks for Get Money Boys allow them to do this, as Blitzcrank sometimes in the late game especially falls off a bit. But because of the Ornn, Zac, Orianna, Misfortune team fight wombo combos, I feel like that's just so powerful enough to just maybe even to 4v5 the whole enemy team.
Yeah, I think that Return of the Middlesticks is going to have a little bit of trouble if they don't get ahead. On even ground, I feel like Get Money Boys should win, especially late game, with how much Ornn provides for his team and how pretty unkillably tanky Zac gets. Since Caitlyn can't really build a Bork. Dyslexic, I would like to see him build that Blade of the Ruined King, even if it's not if it's not the best in slot item on set, it still does a lot to cut down the HP stacking of Zac, Ornn, and all of his just innate tankiness, and then even Blitzcrank, who builds a fair amount of health despite being still a support. I think that there needs to be a little bit of that supplemental damage for tank busting, because Caitlyn, while she can shred really well, she's really going to be focused on taking down the carries first alongside Syndra. So Return of the Middlesticks, I'm thinking early and mid-game objective control is their focus because of that Nunu. He's going to be able to get around so much, and he has that extra smite. And with the bot lane pressure that they should have with an early game Caitlyn, they should be able to pick up those first 2 Drakes fairly convincingly, as long as they play around that side of the map.
For sure. But also Zac has a lot of ganking potential too with his fly and the slingshot ability. And I mean the laners just have to make sure that it's warded up. They know where Zach is at constantly. Otherwise, I mean, as soon as he flies in, that's pretty much a guaranteed kill for any of these lanes.
Yeah, Zach coming in, and again, especially with the fact that there is not really any mobility on any of these laners. Again, Caitlyn with the 90 caliber net is the closest thing that you have set. He's got a lot of CC. He can pull back with the face breaker. He can even speed himself up with that knuckle down. But Zach has a lot of sticking power with those stretching strikes alongside his elastic slingshot. So it will be interesting to see how Return of the Middlesticks plays around the jungle pressure. If they're warding correctly, getting those deep wards from Janna and Nunu, and making sure that they know where Zach is so that they can press advantages on lanes where they know that he can't get. And Zach, I mean, he can run havoc. The solo lanes for him are pretty good weak side solo lanes. He doesn't need to be there. He can spend a lot more time around bot lane and play around that blitzcrank. And I think the performance for Get Money Boys in this early game will again center around that blitzcrank, how well they can play around that hook.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. 0 seconds down in the lobby, getting ready to get right into the game.
Yeah, and here we go. Get Money Boys versus Return of the Middlesticks. This is, of course, a best of 3 series, so the winner goes to match point. The loser goes to match point. But after that, that's when it starts to get interesting, because that is when someone starts to sweat a little, starts to go home. And the winner gets to move on to finals. Ooh, prestige set.
Prestige, jeez. Pulsefire Caitlyn too. Oh my god, these skins.
This is an expensive lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of Victorious Orianna just for just for the skill. Obviously, with this being gold cap, most everyone finished gold last season. So Orianna looking good. Bewitching Misfortune is not, in fact, the prestige edition, so rip.
I don't know. Any Misfortune skin is kind of cool.
Yeah, like all of her new skins are really neat. Bewitching is probably one of my favorites. I also like Captain and Pool Party.
Yes, especially Pool Party, and I think we both know why.
No, I don't. Nope, I'm a good boy. I don't know.
Oh,
Don't know what you're insinuating there, Joshy.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
Leaving you out to dry here, but it is taking a little bit to load in, so thank you for bearing with us as we get in. Let's get some Return of the Middlesticks copy pastas in chat if you're cheering for them, or Get Money Boys, just spam the crab. We know how we like our crab here.
Mm-hmm. You. One of them might have DC'd maybe. It's taken quite a long time to get into the game.
Yeah, hopefully there are no issues here with loading in. We'd hate to have to go back to Champion Select and do this all over again, considering we're at about a half-hour delay already. But quick explanation here. Tadarius, ex-Tadarius X, if you don't recognize him, don't worry. That is iSinister, Return of the Middlesticks' normal mid laner. He just changed his name, so he's not... they're not playing with a sub or anything. Oh boy, I hope this isn't a...
Yeah.
I hope this isn't a DC.
Everybody here is taking just relatively normal runes, I believe. Wait, does Pulsefire Caitlyn usually run Hail of Blades?
Hail of Blades is an interesting and fairly new tech. So usually she goes for that fleet footwork, for the little bit of extra laning safety. But I think with the Janna on the side of Return of the Middlesticks, she can afford to go a little more offensive, because not only does that shield negate a lot of damage if you're going to catch it from, say, a Misfortune double up, but you can go for that Hail of Blades because it gives you the extra AD. So if you can get all 3 auto attacks off, that is a lot of damage that you're getting off onto the enemy ADC. It just sacrifices a lot of the safety that that Fleet Footwork has to offer. I like it personally. I just think it needs to be played around correctly, and I don't doubt that he can. But looks like we are into game, and hopefully nobody's disconnected. It has frozen though.
Yes, it is frozen, and this is not looking like a good sign so far.
I hope someone just
Please.
has a potato computer, because if they don't have a potato computer and this is okay, I'm a little bit behind, but let's get into the fight. It is Return of the Middlesticks versus Get Money Boys, and on the blue side, it is the Crowstorm Fighters. Well, Dyslexic in the top lane on Set, Gid Shadeslayer in the jungle on Nunu and Willump, X to Darius, X, formerly Eye Sinister in the mid lane on Syndra, and in the bot lane, Icarus and Oath on Caitlyn and Janna.
And for the red side, I believe we have Team Get Money Boys. With Emery's 3 in the top lane on Ornn, Lord Zoden on Zac in the jungle, Code Flow playing Orion in the mid lane, Marco Flavo on Misfortune in the bot lane, along with her support, Blitzcrank, who is El Big Daddy 28. And it seems like a pause has been initiated as we are fixing some connectivity issues.
Yeah, I hope that this gets resolved quickly, because I hate to have to go to that pause screen, the technical difficulties thing. But I mean, this is going to be an interesting game, despite any technical difficulty complications that we may have, because as we said in draft, this is a very interesting draft where Return of the Middlesticks very well could get an early lead, get an early objective advantage, and Get Money Boys is really going to have to play from even or even slightly behind going into the late game and start to take these team fights that they want. But at that point, if Return of the Middlesticks is ahead, it goes down to much more of an individual performance. How can Tadarius try to assassinate Marco Flavo and Cold Flow? How can Icarus catch people out on traps? And how can they use a lot of these objectives and force fights around them that are advantageous for Return of the Middlesticks? Of course, Return of the Middlesticks coming in as the 3 seed, they are technically the underdog, although they do look very strong, and one of the only reasons that they are the 3 seed is because their final game in Week 9 was against Gecko Slammer Armageddon. If they had won that, they would have actually been a game ahead of Get Money Boys. Instead, they lost, and Get Money Boys did have the head-to-head when they met last.
Do we have any information on the players? And
A summoner has reconnected.
oh, says the summoner is reconnected, you know.
Yeah, it looks like Big Daddy may have disconnected, so hopefully this should fix it. Potato Computer, I don't know if he lives in Oklahoma or not, but of course with the ice storm, Oklahoma has been under a lot of pressure and a lot of load from people losing internet all across the state. So hopefully everyone is safe, everyone is secure, and we will get back into this game soon.
Play will resume in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Well, welcome back to the game, guys. I think we've already done our player
Actually ready
introductions.
for the game now.
How long is it? Oh yeah, it's been like 30 minutes. Jeez, that's been a big delay.
Yeah, so maybe maybe this will be a fast series. You never know. But here we have it: that Return of the Middlesticks setting up to counter a potential 5-man. Very smart, considering El Big Daddy is on that Blitzcrank. But the 5-point coming out from Get Money Boys, so there's going to be no harm, no foul.
Seems like both junglers probably going to be starting this bot side. I mean, just standard start for each jungler, taking that blue and red buff, and then moving on to their jungle paths. What do you think Shadeslayer is going to take for his jungle path?
I think full clear is, like, Nunu's not very much, he's not very active in terms of player rate, but I think he still wants to go for a fast clear. If he can get like level 3 pretty easily because he does need both his W and his E in order to actually gank because he needs that CC. He also needs biggest snowball ever, and he takes Q first for the consume to get that healthy clear. Meanwhile, Lord Zoten could potentially just gank level 2, especially if he catches if he gets on someone like Dyslexic helping out Emery's in the top lane, they will actually have the CC to help lock down that set. He might just go like buff, or he may just go like buff top lane, go back for Scuttle.
Yeah, I'd like to see some aggressive play coming out from the Zac too. Oh, we're going to have some moves from El Big Daddy, missing the first hook of the game. That is quite an unfortunate scene there, but we will see what happens as his next hooks will come up.
Yeah, but he does take about half his health in response and doesn't give up, or doesn't actually get any damage off onto the bot lane of Return to the Middle Sticks. So that is really bad here. Of course, that is like technically a minor setback, but it means if they have to take this level 2 fight, they may actually be at a bit of a disadvantage. However, they will actually just zone away the bot lane of Return to the Middle Sticks, while Emrys and Dyslexic just trade back and forth, but Emrys getting the better end of that.
Horn does a ton of damage for a tank, holy. Yeah, he just did one full combo and that was half the health of Dyslexic. My gosh.
So, interesting jungle pathing coming out. I was entirely wrong, and the gank coming out in the top lane.
Yeah, again coming out on the top side, Emery's getting his first blood, killing Dyslexic before Gid Slayer can and fully engage onto him with the snowball. Seems like he's going to be able to get out of this fight alive with his pots and also just by walking out as Gid Slayer has been slowed.
The absolute Chad move. He's in the 1v1 against Dyslexic, and when he sees the Gid Shadeslayer comes up, Dyslexic tries to flash away in order to keep Emrys from going. Emrys doesn't even need to flash, but there's a gank in the mid lane now.
Gank in the mid lane from Lord Zoden. Uses his elastic slingshot, but is unfortunately not able to connect with X-Titterus. So Code Flow and both X-Titterus are doing a little bit of an exchange. Nunu again coming in with that big boy snowball. Unfortunately, it's not going to hit anybody and actually sort of leash Scuttlecrab for Zac here.
Yeah, Gid Shadeslayer does not have his smite, so Lord Zoten should be able to steal this away, especially with the bot lane rotating up, but oh, El Big Daddy!
Oh, well, Gid Shadeslayer unfortunately getting caught out by El Big Daddy's hook. Marco Flavor has slain Gid Shadeslayer for her first kill of the game.
Yeah, you can call him daddy. Get Money Boys is absolutely coming out to a massive lead early. Emrys getting that 1v2 solo kill in the top lane against Dyslexic, forcing his teleport, and now he's got double cloth armors, and Dyslexic has burned that teleport. This is going to be a lot very interesting when it comes to this first dragon if Get Money Boys decides to pressure it. Meanwhile, in the bot side then, El Big Daddy finding a beautiful hook with that earlier placed ward onto Gid Shadeslayer and finds his Caitlyn a kill, or his Misfortune rather, a kill. But if she's going for that Essence Reaver first, as Misfortunes are currently wont to do, then that could mean an early Caulfield's Warhammer, a cheeky back that actually gets Marco Flavo far ahead of Icarus and another hook.
We're gonna have a huge hook onto Oath from El Big Daddy, taking an Oath down to about half HP, but Icarus doing just massive damage as Caitlyn usually does to Marco Flavo, pushing up a little bit too far and punishing him for that.
Yeah, Marco Flavo really misplaying that a little bit. Icarus with that Hail of Blades, I think Marco Flavo just underestimated the amount of damage that Hail of Blades Caitlyn does if you get a headshot off. I mean, even if you don't, it's a lot of damage. So he ends up trading pretty much evenly.
Fight top side here. Dyslexic and Emrys just bopping it out with the hammers, and it seems like Emrys will be the one who will reign supreme out of that fight of two juggernauts.
Very, very aggressive there by Dyslexic on that set. He got so close, but the grasp of the Undying by Emrys was enough to save him, and the Bramble Vest coming in clutch for that final hit, and the auto attack by Dyslexic actually killed himself. So up 2-0 now with 2 solo kills in this lane. Emrys is sitting quite pretty. He's got the level 6. He went back, and it looks like he can just take that very slow path back up. He wants to save that teleport for any kind of objective struggle that his bot lane is going to get into later.
El Big Daddy 23 may be pushing forward to get some vision, but actually getting spotted out by a ward here. Notice that he's been spotted out and decides to maybe play a little bit passive.
this
lane.
giant minion wave is pushing in to the bot lane. Icarus is about 16 CS behind. He won't get all of that back, but forcing him under the tower, giving Get Money Boys the second scuttle crab here on the bot side. And this could very well mean the Dragon Emrys again has that teleport advantage. Cold Flow just actually teleported in proactively, and now Get Money Boys finds himself an early Dragon lead, even as Gid Shadeslayer is on the Nunu in the top side against Emrys.
Seems like we're going to be having a fight. Both players are level 5 though. Emery's is level 6. And a little bit tanky too. So yeah, it seems like they will not be able to do much to Emery's. That owner is now a pretty thick boy, able to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's going for the Garage Sale Ornn build. He has that Bramble Vest first to counter Dyslexic's healing that he might get from Conqueror. Then on top of that, he's got the Ruby Crystal, pretty obviously going for the Balmy Cinder next so that he can get that wave clear, start pushing in Dyslexic, and actually start to flex this lead a little bit. He is 20 CS down, but he is much stronger than his counterpart, who just has a Vampiric Scepter, which is negated by about 40% thanks to the Bramble Vest. Every time he auto-attacks, which is all of his healing, Emrys is going to be able to stop that. So good pickup here by Emrys, and Dyslexic outbraining himself a little bit.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, but we're going to have a fight mid lane. It seems like 3 players have gathered around there. Extenders has to be careful. What happens is that's actually going to get engaged on, going down with the, oh my god, a missed flash hook. That was very close. It seems like Cold Flow might go down there as he goes under turret, which is quite unfortunate. Dyslexic and its top side will just get absolutely bopped down by that big ram from Emery's Call of the Forge God.
I'm very, very annoyed at directed camera because it didn't show the actual setup for that gank in the mid lane. It just showed El Big Daddy missing the hook, but that, I think, was pretty much the problem. The fact that El Big Daddy did not get Tadarius out from under that tower meant that Cold Flow was kind of a sitting duck, and then you can get that Force of Will, or Scatter the Weak, on top of the Orianna. It's pretty easy after that to just point and click with that R button, and Tadarius does find himself a 1v3 kill. Meanwhile, Emrys gets yet another solo kill. The Blade of the Ruined King coming out for Dyslexic is going to be coming out for Dyslexic first, but Emrys has 2 pretty strong passives on his items, and he is starting to invade the blue of Return of the Middlesticks.
Seems like Nunu does not have any... He's not aware of this actually, so it might actually turn out well for him if he decides to come in a little bit late. Yeah, so like he will be a little bit late, so he will not get, he will not face 3 members of Get Money Boys as he tries to get his blue buff.
Yeah, that's actually the silver lining there. You lose your blue buff, but you don't die. You don't even know that they were there, so it doesn't tempt you or anything. But as it stands, Get Money Boys is at about a 1,000 gold lead. Emrys, I'm guessing, is the vast majority of it, and Gid Shadeslayer now wondering, what happened to my blue buff, and why am I 8 CS down on this Zac?
Seems like both junglers are making a move for this mid lane here. Yeah, they're just going to be sitting in the bush together, actually. It would be kind of interesting to see which jungler decides to initiate first. Actually, Zac seems to be going towards his red buff now, while Nunu just goes through his lane, maybe looking for a different pathing, or a certain pathing.
Yeah, Zac just wants to make sure that he secures these buffs. They are a very large XP sink, so you don't want to let those go for too long because you will miss out on a fair amount of gold, fair amount of XP, but here comes El Big Daddy. He might have something.
Oh, unfortunately, his hook misses again. Not quite hitting those hooks will allow Nunu to come bot lane with a big boy gank. TPs coming in from both sides, especially 2 from the top side. It seems like we have Dyslexic here already. Ornn getting stunned down, having to flash away. Marco Cleaver has slain Gid Shadeslayer for the first kill of this fight. Emery's using his Call of the Ornn God right onto Oath. Unfortunately, not able to connect that little auto that the auto passive that he has, the brittle procs. Emery's having to get out of there with his E to maybe stay alive. and
But
it seems like
oh no.
a nice hook coming up from Dyslexic. Goes and gets him right under tower. Icarus might get caught out here as he's pushed up a little bit too far for comfort. Zac again running, and huge flash coming from Marco Flavo. That slow is going to be huge. X-Titterus is here. Scatter of the Week has been used. Shut down for himself. Plus 450 gold for X-Titterus as he secures a kill onto Marco Flavo for another kill of this fight. This fight is still going on. Larzatin decides to slingshot and unfortunately missing all players of the enemy team, getting forced down with his passive. Will get Shit Slayer comes in for a second time during this fight. Flash is getting used from both sides again. Gid Shade Slayer trying to flash onto Codeflow, who flashed away from Gid Shade Slayer to stay alive. Man, that was a tongue twister. Oh, big hook from Big Daddy missing, unfortunately, though. If he hit one of those, that would have been another kill secured for his team.
So that's a 4 for 3 overall, I believe. Or a 4 for 2. It's a 3 for 2? That was a very long fight, and it's not over yet.
It's not over yet as Emery's goes in once more onto Icarus, bopping him with that brittle proc as Gid Shit Slayer roots down both Codeflow and Emery's. Oriana and Syndra ends up shutting it down. Well, again, a nice hook coming up from Big Daddy secures another kill onto Gid Shit Slayer.
All right, so let's unpack that a little bit, because it started off with Big Daddy missing that hook, and Gid Shade Slayer was actually coming down to the bot lane for a gank. Big Daddy gets locked up very hard, but Emerus teleports in alongside Dyslexic, but we saw how much more effective the Ornn is than the Set in these situations. He's able to actually save Big Daddy from death, and Big Daddy does not go down. He's 0-0-5. Meanwhile, the fight continues. Dyslexic gets pulled in under tower, almost gets a kill on Emerus, but he goes down as well. So that ends up being a 1 for 0 here, and that's when Get Money Boys re-engages. Lord Zotin tries to go over the wall, almost misses it. The flash forward by Coldflow, it was very aggressive, and I'm not entirely sure it was warranted, because Get Money Boys could have just turned off onto the dragon instead of forcing this, and they end up giving up 2 shutdowns as Marco Flavo dies to X-Titterus with that unleashed power, just bopping him left and right. Then and then Emerus dies as well, and another gank. Man, this is not letting up.
Lord Zotin flying in with that elastic slingshot while Marco Flavo is there to use his bullet time, chunking both Icarus and whoa, that is a very, very aggressive hook for you, Big Daddy 28, and unfortunately it will not connect.
Big Daddy, I mean, I hate to say it, man, but do not quit your day job. He's hit a couple of really good hooks, but the ones that have meant the most for his team, the ones that would give them a kill or keep them from dying, unfortunately, he has not been able to hit these.
Yeah, it seems like he's missing a little bit too many hooks here. He should be trying to at least connect a few more, but I mean, he has connected 3 very good hooks in this game so far, but I would like to see some more hooks coming out from him.
Yeah, really, my stance is if you're not going to be hitting pretty much every hook that you need to, it's fairly, that should be a fairly easy hook to hit if you're an experienced Blitz player. And if you're not an experienced Blitz player, or if you don't feel comfortable that you are going to hit the important hooks consistently, that's basically all Blitz does. Just play Thresh. Just play Thresh instead. He offers a lot more if you're not hitting every hook, especially because you can reposition yourself with the hook. Even if you hit something else, you can flay in. There's a lot of things that Thresh offers that Blitz doesn't. And, Coldflow, maybe in a little bit of trouble, but he just walks away.
Yeah, I mean, but Blitzcrank though, when you hit those hooks, it's just so satisfying. Watch that player unable to do anything, getting pulled into your team, and your team is ganging up on him. He's taking his HP dart down to 0 in a matter of like maybe 1 or a few milliseconds.
Yeah, so Get Money Boys, despite not being able to hit these hooks, Blitz still does create a lot of zone pressure, so they are able to take that first turret. Now there's a little bit of a 1v1, but I think Dyslexic knows when he's beat.
Yeah, Emery's actually using his ultimate here. Lord Zotin going under turret, it would seem like. Wow, that is an aggressive play coming out from Get Money Boys, and unfortunately it will not be to their benefits.
Yeah, they do get the flash out from Dyslexic, but they did commit the Call of the Forge God for that. Luckily, they are not in a position to fight right now. There's still 2 minutes left until that Infernal Drake, and this Rift Herald is going to be uncontested because Dyslexic just blew his flash. So they don't actually lose out that much, and they end up getting a flash for pretty much nothing in the grand scheme of things. But again, this is like... This is actually fairly clean by Get Money Boys, aside from that one giant fight. Let's see if El Big Daddy... No, he's not gonna hit. He's not gonna hit the hook.
But Emery's coming with a TP, flashing onto a wall while Exodus exchanges a flash in order to survive in the fight. But it seems like he might get out positioned here. But actually, he's just going to do massive damage to Code Flow with just a simple Scatter the Weak and one of those balls. Oh my gosh. 4 members of one of the middle 6 here. It seems like we're going to have a knockup. Orion ult's getting used. Emery's going in. Bullet time. Getting put down too, but unfortunately players will run out of here. Wow, Dyslexic is in a 1v3 showstopper going down onto Code Flow, securing that kill for himself. Marco Flavo getting caught out here, having to run away using both heal and flash to try to stay alive, and it seems like it will not be enough for him to stay alive as both him and his support are taken out of this fight. Emery is using the blast plant, tries to get away from here. 4 members are still here though, they might look for a dive, while Lord Zoden at the top lane has been using his Rift Herald to take down that turret for himself, and it seems like Emery's will be getting out of this fight alive.
So that was a really good play by Return of the Middlesticks. They actually turn a pick onto Oath into a one fight, because even though Cold Flow got a great ultimate off, they were all... I mean, Marco Flavo really... the lack of vision in that river played against Get Money Boys so hard, because Marco Flavo thought that there were more people in that bush than there actually were. He thought that he couldn't go forward, so he actually didn't do any damage to Dyslexic, which allowed him to take Cold Flow out of the fight and kill him, then allowed that pincer move, the flank, to come in and take Marco Flavo down. This is going to be a Return of the Middlesticks Dragon. It means that Get Money Boys loses their gold lead that they had. The hook misses, and the Call of the Forge God doesn't hit anything.
Yeah, Lord Zoden flashes in there and misses everybody too. This is not looking good for Get Money Boys, using up so many resources just to scare him off Dragon. But unfortunately, they still do take Dragon for themselves.
Yeah, the Dragon going over to Return to the Middlesticks, it's kind of a sign that Get Money Boys has really lost the plot here. Of course, we were talking about how late game their team comp is with that Ornn and with that Wombo combo that they have. So, of course, you don't count them out. But the way that they've been playing for the last 2 or 3 minutes, El Big Daddy has been missing these engage hooks. The one hook that he did hit, Emery's actually interrupted it, which was onto Oath. They still killed Oath. But that would have been a lot better if they were able to pull the Janna into the team instead of leaving the Janna around his own team. But Get Money Boys has a lot of pressure. They will still go for this turret, and they will catch Caitlyn.
And they'll catch Caitlyn, forcing Icarus to flash off of here. But there are so many members of Rotom here to defend the turret, to protect the AD carry, that they will not be able to dive.
Yeah, but a flash on the ADC here with a minute left until Baron, and it's going to be 24 minutes before that flash is up. That's around Baron taking time, and any hook that El Big Daddy now hits onto Icarus is almost certainly a death. There is no Mikhail's Crucible on Oath. Oath doesn't have anything, and Oath is dead himself.
Yeah, not having any vision. Face checking a bush to clear a ward while the Blitzcrank is standing right there. It's not a great idea for him to pull off by himself.
You know, they call Blitzcrank the right arm of Bronzodia because it's so easy to initiate fights against visionless targets. And Bronzodia is like a Season 2 meme, but it's stayed the same. If you don't have vision and you're going to clear things, contest things, just walk through your own jungle in the late game, and you don't have vision on a Blitz or his team, you could very easily just throw the game for yourself. Oath giving up a kill, of course it's only 273 gold to Marco Flavo, but it is keeping Marco Flavo on pace with Icarus here. He's actually a BF sword ahead of this Caitlyn, and he's going to be significantly stronger than him coming into this first Baron fight and the contest for this next Drake, because Caitlyn is into her power trough.
For sure. We are transitioning into mid game now, so second items are starting to be built. Power spikes are being hit right this moment, and Syndra is probably going to be pretty humongous right now if she finishes that Morale-Nomicon that seems like she wants to build.
Yeah, that 3-0 and 4 Syndra, it isn't all it's advertised to be, because it's not actually 3-0 and 4. It's really like 5 or 6 0-4 because she got a 500 gold shutdown bonus on Emerus and she got a 300 shutdown gold bonus on Marco Flavo. So she's really rocking 3 extra kills that you're not looking at. Not to mention she is fairly farmed up. She's not as good as either of the other main or as any of the other main carries, Marco Flavo, Coldflow, or Icarus, but she's still keeping pace and still staying a little bit ahead of all of the rest of the members of the game. But watch out a little bit because Oath is caught again.
Yo, Oath is getting hooked again, getting caught out, but Get Money Boys is unable to gather around it quickly enough to secure the kill onto Oath. So that will be one missed opportunity for this fight especially. And they look to group 5 members mid for both teams, playing a little bit of an ARAM in this game. Seems like he tries to come in.
ARAM.
That's classic at ARAM. Called the Forge God, and both bullet time are being used right now, right onto Gidget Slayer. Dyslexic getting hooked in. RKOing himself out. Flash is getting exchanged from here, from both sides. Lord Zotin jumping in, getting the kill onto Oath for himself. Exodus is still alive. One of the main carries is still alive. Both Icarus and Exodus are still alive. Actually, Emery's going in, knocking up the Exodus. Shut down for Emery's. Coldflow going in from the spot side, and that will be a double kill for Caitlyn, but 4 members are down for Rotom.
Yeah, it's a messy dive there at the very end, but Get Money Boys knew. As Lord Zoden went in to kill Oath, he knew that his passive would be popped. He knew that he would be safe for a little while longer. So Emerus started to lock up Extadarius, and that's when Marco Flavo and Coldflow came in. Unfortunately for Get Money Boys, Icarus was able to pick up Lord Zoden, and then El Big Daddy accidentally tanked the turret instead of someone like Marco Flavo or Coldflow, who had much more health. So they end up giving up 2 kills, but they get 2 back. They get them on the Fed carries. This is still a pretty good thing for Get Money Boys, and it gives them a big team fight win, but oh, I really thought that he was going to get caught there.
Yeah, unfortunately, they do not have vision on him, and the timing of that was just a little bit unfortunate.
But
they do get vision.
Boys, they lost the advantage here. They don't have the Call of the Forge God, so they actually have to start a team fight the old-fashioned way.
And it seems like Lord Zoden is going to be always going into their backline. 1v3 right now. Bullet time dropping down. Unfortunately, not being able to hit many targets. Lord Zoden again on that 1v3. Unfortunately, he will not be able to take down any of the carries by himself. Dragon will get re-engaged on, it seems.
So, Get Money Boys, they almost had a really good team fight there. Lord Zoten was able to zone 3 guys on his own, which left a 4v2 for Get Money Boys, and that was with both of their main carries. They should have been able to take that pretty easily. However, they give up a kill onto Marco Flavo, which is huge because that's all of their DPS for the Dragon. They give it to Tadarius, and then Lord Zoten dies on the backside, which is understandable because he was tanking 3. But the big question mark there is the fact that how did you lose a 4v2? Oh, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Dyslexic in, using that showstopper RKOing. A hook coming out from El Big Daddy gets right on the Dyslexic. That's not the person you want to hook in, bud. And as Dyslexic throws a few punches, a left-right jab to knock out Blitzcrank and secure a kill for himself. Emery's getting ulted by Oath here, but Oath again playing a little bit too aggressive for a squishy Janna support. He will get left. He will get left with pretty much 1 HP out of that fight.
The whole thing here, Get Money Boys should have had a good fight in the beginning there. The fact that they didn't was a little bit sus. I was surprised by the fact that they actually lost that team fight. Then insisting on pushing the point when you're basically at a man disadvantage because your main carry is dead. Marco Flavo is down, and then both Icarus and Tadarius are both up. So the fact that you would insist on re-engaging a fight with low health bars, no main carry, you're handing them the Dragon and a couple of kills, and then Big Daddy hooking Dyslexic over the wall is like the pièce de resistance. Like, hey man, I heard you won this team fight. Let's just give me here. Come here, baby. I'm gonna give you a kill. And Get Money Boys, while they're still in the lead, they keep rubber banding this lead. They get a lead, they give a little bit of it back. They get a lead, they give a little bit back. So it's interesting because they're still doing quite well.
I mean, they're doing very well, and also they still do have a lot of team fight potential with their team comp. So even if they do maybe lose a little bit of advantage here and there, they can still easily win it back just by taking an objective, forcing a fight, and just securing kills for themselves.
And I think with these team fights, there is a caveat on that because they just engaged a team fight earlier, but they did that without any of their cooldowns. They didn't have Call of the Forge God. Lord Zoten went in without his passive, and he went in alone, so he wasn't able to actually create space for his team with the Get Let's Bounce. And then Marco Flavo ulted nothing. Get Money Boys needs to do it in a way that they can actually get all of their spells off onto important members of Return of the Middlesticks. You can't just win it because you have a better team fight comp. You actually have to pull off the team fight as well. And Return of the Middlesticks, I think, in that sense, is a much easier execution because they have Ace in the Hole, because they have Unleashed Power, and because it's a lot easier for Set to just ult someone out of a team than it is for Ornn to line up a hit on multiple members, because that also takes Return of the Middlesticks mispositioning.
For sure. I mean, yeah, that RKO is such a strong ability too. If he just gets into the backline, RKO is one of the carries. That's pretty much a secured kill for himself. And again, he does tons of true damage too. So he can, as this goes into late game, he can take down the HP bar of Lord Zoten, and Emery's down by a lot in these team fights if it lasts long enough.
Yeah, so 27 minutes here. We do have Icarus's flash back up. That's been up for a little bit now, and he hasn't had to use it, which is kind of telling, because there have been 2 fairly large team fights since then. Icarus hasn't really been threatened at this point, and with all of the backline dive that Emerus and Lord Zoten should have, Get Money Boys need to capitalize on these. They need to find more blitz hooks and force more flashes. They need to find another pick on Oath. He has been positioning fairly aggressively, as chat said, playing as Janna like she's Thresh, and while that has worked out so far for him, it's very easy to punish it with someone as strong in the pick department as a blitz, and I think this is where El Big Daddy needs to shine, because they're not super ahead and they can't just start a team fight. They need to find a pick first.
And it seems like, again, they might be looking to group 5 mid, playing another game of ARAM. And ARAM, El Big Daddy, using his little his W here to maybe get a little bit of movement speed. Unfortunately, missing his hook once more.
So I think this is a 10% cooldown blitz, maybe 20% if he has in his runes. But overall, he doesn't have that much cooldown reduction, so he's still on a fairly long hook cooldown. This might be like 8-9 seconds, which at this stage of the game, it should be much shorter. Or comparable abilities are much shorter. But Blitz doesn't really get that much gold. He had to build that Gargoyle Stone Plate first. He only has a Kindle Gem, so it's not huge. But that means that the window for picks, or the vulnerability window for Get Money Boys after they miss a hook, is long. Get Money Boys needs to play on the back foot for a little bit longer, and the fact that El Big Daddy didn't just like go for it right there, I think that's good restraint because they didn't have their team with them. But they need to find a pick now because 25 seconds, 3rd dragon spawns. Whoever takes this will be on Soul Point, and if it's Return of the Middlesticks, that continues their momentum going.
Ooh. Oath getting caught out by Cold Flow, playing in the very aggressive right up in Cold Flow's face, and that will be a kill and a pick for them. Dyslexic might get caught out here too. Yeah, he's in the spot side. This little area on the spot side, trying to use the blast pan out of here. He's using that huge shield though. RKOing Marco Flavo, but unfortunately he'll get taken down as he is pretty squishy, and Caitlyn just does tons of damage. Call of the Forge God being used onto Gage Shade Slayer. Him flashing over the wall for himself. Oh, Big Daddy counter flashing. It seems like he wants to get a hook, and he does connect a hook onto Gage Shade Slayer. The Lord Token is there as the last slingshot connects. Marco Flavor is also there. Gargoyle Stone Plate has been used. Gage Shade Slayer still running away, trying to stay alive. Another flash coming from Marco Flavor will secure the kill onto Gage Shade Slayer.
Very smart play there by Get Money Boys. Oath gets aggressive against Cold Flow, and he doesn't have the stats to back it up. So Cold Flow does get the kill on him solo. Then Lord Zoten engages on Dyslexic. Get Money Boys is able to run him down. Really good sense rotating to help there, because of course Return of the Middlesticks was trying to rotate and pick Cold Flow back. Support for mid, not so great, but support and top for nothing, that's awesome. The re-engage by Emerus with the Call of the Forge God, getting on top of Gid Shade Slayer, and while part of me was saying that Get Money Boys should just go for the dragon, Big Daddy going for the hook.
Big Daddy hits a nice hook. That is huge damage from Bullet Time as the Wombo combo finally connects for this team fight. Icarus is the last remaining player of this fight, and he will not be able to do anything as Cold Flow throws her little Oriana ball right at him and just takes his HP bar straight down to 0.
And that is Get Money Boys' combo right there. Lord Zoten jumping in, ball delivery system, Cold Flow, Shockwave on top, Marco Flavo with the bullet time over all of it. Dyslexic is stun locked so hard he doesn't even get the haymaker off. Get Money Boys gets 3 off the front, then they're able to pick up Tadarius and Icarus at the back end. They get this Baron for free. You've got Emerus actually zoning in front of the base, using that so that the minion wave is immediately Baroned up the moment that they take down that buff. Emerus will not get this turret because Oath has respawned, but he gets so much pressure off, and Get Money Boys are in such a huge lead. That's a 7,000 gold lead where they were only at about 2k like 5 minutes ago.
And they're both have Baron and also Enso points, so this next dragon that comes up could also be a huge advantage for them if they do secure this dragon.
It is just a little bit unfortunate for Get Money Boys that they got the Baron after the Dragon because of how the respawn timers stack up. If you get the Baron first and then you get the 3rd Dragon, then you can force a trade soul point for Baron, or you can just kind of run him around. This way, you know that you have to fight over Dragon, so there's much less of an air of mystery where El Big Daddy can actually pull off a sick hook. Speaking of sick hooks, he misses it, Chris.
Yeah, he misses it. Unfortunately, they'll be grouping up mid once more. 4 members are here. They'll be taking down that turret. Will they try to maybe play for an inhibitor here? It might be a little bit greedy, but they do have that Baron, so they could play it slowly and use those cannon minions to secure this inhibitor. Lord Zoten goes in. Elastic Slingshot does not connect, though. Now he's stunned and caught up by himself. Low on HP. Gets just later in the middle of the fight. We're going to have a huge knockup. Oh, Cold Flow gets showstop away from this team. Having to flash over the wall, though, saves him from this fight. Dyslexic goes in once more, but Marco Flavo has been taken down.
Yeah,
Blue team double kill.
That was a really weird team fight by Get Money Boys. They could have just kind of slow pushed it in, let the minions go for the inhibitor. I mean, they were doing that already, but Lord Zoten goes in and loses about 75% of his health because he misses the engage. Then Dyslexic is able to get the flank off, pick up Cold Flow, and deliver him into the team, forcing the Zanya's Hourglass. It's much easier to pick, people off if one person is Zanya's. And Return of the Middlesticks gets themselves a really good team fight win. They actually stop this Baron push. They stop all but 3 Baron buffs here because they pick up Lord Zoten and Marco Flavo. And this is actually the end of the Baron push for Get Money Boys. So they actually lose out a bit here. I don't think they end up with anything other than that inhibitor. They don't get a team fight off of it, and now they have to fight at a much more even position than they were just previously at for this Soul Dragon in 75 seconds.
And can you inform me on what dragon it is? Oh, it's Infernal Dragon, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah, it's an
Infernal
Infernal
Dragon
Dragon.
for the Infernal Soul, and Get Money Boys could go for this Infernal Soul, which chunks really hard when you're playing Misfortune.
I mean, anybody on that team would just be chunking hard, especially Cold Flow too. Gitch's Slater might get caught out here. Oh, Big Daddy connecting his hook. Finally, it seems like Gitch's Slater gets taken down. Emery secures that kill. Call the Forge God, going it down, hitting on straight onto Icarus. He will get taken down by the bullet time, doing tons of damage to him. Oath and both Dyslexic trying to hide in this bush away from Emery's, but Emery's is just running at him right under turret. Cold Flow again with him. It seems like they might be looking to end here as Lord Zoten is right in that base. That's Tadarius.
Very interesting end if they're going for it. They've got 3 members, they've got the minions pushing in, but they don't have a Baron buff, and they're missing their tankiest member. Emerus is trying to kill Dyslexic. Like, Dyslexic is getting so much time, but I don't think it matters because Tadarius cannot hold 1v5.
And it's, whoa, we're gonna have a flash trying to pad that KDA for himself, but it seems like he misses his hook once more. Unfortunate for him, but the game has been secured for the side of Get Money Boys. GG's.
The boys are getting the money, they're getting the win, and they're getting themselves match point in this series. So we're going to take a quick break and let everyone reset and get ready for game 2. When we come back, Return of the Middlesticks trying to take it to 3, or is Get Money Boys just going to run it down for a 2-0 win? We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Game 2 of Get Money Boys versus Return of the Middlesticks. And the first ban, again, is going to be that Swain.
And it seems like the second ban coming out for Team Rotom will be the Zac, as they remember loads. Wait. Elastic Slingshot, being able to secure a ton of
You are jumping in and out, my friend.
champions.
Just cutting in and out left and right. But the Poppy, again, banned from Emrys, and the Morgana taken away from Oath as well. Looks like Get Money Boys is going to run the same kind of mentality that they did in the first game. They had a really good team fight. They're taking away the ability for Oath to have these playmaking champs, and they don't want Gid Shadeslayer on that Vi. And there we go. There's the Blitzcrank. The Salty ban, keeping it away from the Big Daddy himself.
First pick is, again, it seems like Emrys loves that Ornn pick for himself. I mean, Ornn is just such a strong champion too, being able to lane very well against a lot of top laners, and also being able to change the flow of team fights with his ultimate called the Forge God.
Yeah, and we saw some really good play by Emrys. He solo killed Dyslexic twice, and now Dyslexic picking up that gangplank. He does not want to fall into the same trap. He's going to be doing a lot better against the Ornn here, and he's going to scale fairly well as well. Brand locked in, presumably for Oath in that support role.
Oh yeah, but Brand is just such a disgusting champion doing percent HP. I remember there was a time where people built Tank Brand, where it was just like Frozen Heart and all the other stuff. And he would just throw so many abilities at you in the matter of a few seconds, and what do you know? Because he does percent HP, your HP bar is just gone. It seems like a Karma pick is going to be coming out.
I do like the Karma here, because while that can flex mid and support, I'm guessing that's going to be support, because the Zoe being locked in, that is a lot of damage coming out for Cold Flow. El Big Daddy, on the other hand, he will be rocking that Karma, and that's going to be pretty good against all of Brand's damage. You can shield it, you can speed away from it, but the Nico for Tadarius as we get into the second ban phase.
Seems like this time, Rotom is opting for huge damage champions. Gangplank has a lot of burst, similarly with Nico. Brand also has a decent amount of burst, but it seems like they're opting for a lot of burst champions.
Yeah, I mean, one big Gangplank barrel on a squishier target could just end a team fight pretty quickly. Combo that on top of Brand and even the Nico Pop Blossom, as long as Return of the Middlesticks drafts some engage, it will be pretty cut and dry if they can get off these big team fight ultimates, or in Gangplank's case, just hitting EQ. That's not a team fight ultimate, but that is a team fight winner. The Caitlyn banned away from Icarus. Meanwhile, two jungles, Amumu and Nocturne, taken away from Lord Zotin.
Final ban will be the Volibear. I guess that's just a ban for maybe the junglers, I believe. Samira getting picked up. Again, that is huge damage for Rotom.
Volibear doesn't really go top lane, except as a counter pick, and considering both top laners have been locked in, that is almost definitely a Volibear jungle ban, but the Samira is big here. Samira Brand is a fairly disgusting combo, but Marco Flavo gets to sit down on his Jhin and Free Fire. Jhin Karma is one of my favorite duos when both of them are viable, and while Jhin is pretty much super viable right now, we'll have to see how the Karma contributes to this lane, as she is not exactly flavor of the month right now.
For sure. Seems like El Big Daddy's hovering Hecarim for his jungler. Will he pick it? And he does pick it. I guess they'll be having a lot of engage for their team. Picking up the Hecarim.
They've got that Hecarim ultimate to help engage. They've got Emrys 3 on that Ornn. Then, meanwhile, you've got a lot of damage to back it up. Zoe and Jhin both hitting from so far away, and that... What?
What? Wait a second.
Wait.
What is going on here?
Brand jungle. This is a Brand jungle.
No way. Brand jungle? Oh my gosh.
This is a Brand jungle.
They really be playing these off-meta picks for this game, I guess.
I mean, last week it was the Teemo lock, but now Return of the Middlesticks rocking the brand jungle for Gid Shadeslayer. His passive does go off on large monsters, so it actually works for clearing these smaller camps like wolves and raptors. We're going to have to see how that plays into Hecarim, though, because Hecarim just farms really well, and once he does, then he can actually gank and gank hard. Once he's got that onslaught of shadows, it's really hard to get away from him for, again, fairly low mobility bot lanes, for fairly low mobility lanes. You've got Nico W, you've got Gangplank Orange to get him out of CC, and then Samira Dash. But that's not a lot when you compare it to how hard Hecarim can run you down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when that man is Tokyo drifting at you, there's nothing you can really do except just kind of stand there and be like, oh, I'm dead. Big horseman is going to run over me, and there's nothing I can do.
I'm very confused at Return of the Middlesticks' team comp. Because...
I mean, it looks hype, man. It looks so hype.
It's hypey as hell, but like, who's the tank?
They don't need a tank. The best form of frontline is damage. They can't engage on you if you kill them first.
But like, you draft 4 squishies against Zoe Jhin. No one can tank the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. No one can tank Jin's 4th shot. You've got an Ornn that you need to get through, and while Brand is going to do a great job at that, and Gangplank has a lot of armor shred, Return of the Middlesticks' win condition is just kill them faster. And that's really hard to do when they can hit from a billion miles away because they're playing Zoe Jhin.
That is true. But of course, we'll see how the plays will fall out for these team fights. It'll be very, very interesting watching Return of the Middlesticks team fight for sure because, oh my god, that team comp just looks absolutely... It looks so fun to fight with. And yeah, you were saying, yeah, the Jhin and Zoe picks, of course, they're going to be in the backline doing a lot of just like poke and use of their auto attacks and abilities. But then again, Leona Flash could secure a kill onto one of them.
I mean, I think this is like Return of the Middlesticks is drafting Comfort and Snowball. Because if Gangplank gets ahead, he's crazy strong. If Brand gets ahead, he's crazy strong. If Samira continues doing Samira things through the whole game, he's crazy strong. If Return of the Middlesticks can snowball this, it's really hard for Get Money Boys to do anything about it because they're so long range, so safe. They can engage, sure, but when you're behind, it's kind of suicide to engage into someone who can just destroy you one by one by one. It's a lot of like snowball versus team play. Snowball versus team play. We'll have to see which one wins because I'm really not sure, especially with that Brand. How is he going to jungle? How is he going to gank? Does he just power farm? Who does he gank? Does he 1v1 Hecarim well? These are all questions, and I hope that we get answers in this game, because otherwise, if someone else locks in Brand jungle, I'm going to be just as confused, and I'm going to look even dumber than I do now.
I mean, yeah, Brand jungle is an interesting pick again. Hecarim, well, I mean, this allows Lord Zotan to just go into pretty much Brand's jungle and just take it over for him in the early game, especially as Brand's clear, I believe, is not that well. Unless Brand decides to do some interesting jungle start where he does the same thing as Kayn, where he starts crows just because he has the AoE ability.
Yeah, if he goes W first, like it's good because Pillar of Flame does extra damage on already burning targets, and I think technically he can get his passive off with that, but that's a lot of mana to commit. So I think he needs to start blue, especially since he's on red side. You know, starting blue, you get the bot lane leash. Wow, that was a really, really quick, loading, especially compared to last time where El Big Daddy was. Oh, never mind. There's a pause. I spoke way too soon.
Uno momento. Seems like we're going to be having some technical difficulties as we've just started this, as we've just got into the Summoner's Rift.
Well, until then, let's introduce the teams on the blue side, looking for their second win here in this series. It's Get Money Boys. Emrys3 in the top lane on the Ornn again. Lord Zotan in the jungle on Hecarim. Coldflow in the mid lane on Zoe. And in the bot lane, Marco Flavo and El Big Daddy 28 on Jhin and Karma.
And for the blue side, we have, no, I mean, for the red side, we have the return of the middle sticks with Dyslexic on game playing in the top lane. Good Shit Slayer playing that hype branded jungle. Extidorus on Nico in the mid lane. Icarus on Samira in the bot lane, along with his support Oath playing Leona for this game.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how these early levels shake out because the brand is so interesting with the passive being buffed to get jungle camps easier, being able to proc his passive on jungle, but it looks like Return of the Middle Sticks is just going to set up their 5-point rather than going in. They don't have that great of a level 1 unless Tadarius wants to take his E first.
Seems like a vision battle is going on here. Good Shit Slayer is already in this bush. Maybe looking for an invade, but of course that is very risky.
Yeah, so I don't think anyone wants to throw away this game this early, because if Brand gets behind, he kind of turns useless because, you know, you're a Brand in a role that he's not meant to play, and it's kind of a cheese pick, and if cheese doesn't work, it fails really hard. And then on the side of Get Money Boys, you don't want to toss this away, because if they get Samira or Brand ahead, they stomp because they deal a lot of damage. And El Big Daddy, as I say that,
Looks like he might get caught out here. Nico missing that root. Unfortunate. That root looked like it should have connected, but it seems like Good Shit Slayer will be losing a little bit of HP out of that fight.
yeah, so El Big Daddy takes a little bit of damage as well, but obviously it's much less important as you are the Karma. Meanwhile, Tadarius did start E first. Usually you want to go Q on Nico just because, you know, damage, wave clear. The Zoe, it really doesn't matter, you know, at the end of the day, because you're not going to be trying to all-in each other at level 1 or level 2. I Sinister would have hit that root. Probably. Probably. It's the name change buff. Or nerf.
Alright, apparently the Brand is looking for a full clear actually. This is kinda interesting. He already took Gromp, moving on to Wolves here.
Yeah, he is very fast. Hecarim is at a similar pace, and Hecarim is a very fast jungler. Of course, Brand is not going to be nearly as healthy. He's going to lose a lot of health on these clears, and Oath taking a lot of damage here.
He got caught out by that Gen W, getting rooted down, and ooh, damage getting done to Code Flow too. I see he gets hit by another root.
Kid Shadeslayer is going for his Raptors, and they do a lot of damage. He needs to... Okay, he's keeping himself pretty healthy. Yeah, the extra healing from that Hunter's Talisman is doing a lot of work for him. He will be able to get that red buff since he does have Smite now, but I don't think he'll be able to take Krugs. Meanwhile, Hecarim is level 3 and looking for a gank in the top lane on Dyslexic.
Yeah, Lord Zoden, the Hecarim, also has an Ignite, which is a very, very aggressive summoner spell, but it looks like he will just take too many tower shots to get slain by the tower. That is quite unfortunate coming out for Lord Zoden.
That's actually kind of big that he didn't give over first blood. But Amorous, I think he's in trouble.
Oh, Shit Slayer with a nice flash away from that knockup to ensure that he won't get CC, so he can do a little bit more damage to Emery's and secure that first blood for himself, I believe. Yes, for himself.
Yeah, so handing over first blood there, and a fight in the bot lane.
Fight in the bot lane as Oath engages right onto Big Daddy with that Zenith Blade of his, dropping an Ignite 2 a little bit early though, as no kills will be secured out of this fight.
Yeah, and the Brand is actually significantly ahead of Lord Zoten at this point. He is about to finish his full clear. Meanwhile, Lord Zoten died under tower. He did get that bot side scuttle, and if he goes and checks, wins the fight.
Yeah, another fight bot side as Oath hits another very, very nice Zenith Blade onto Marco Flavo, forcing him to use his heal in order to get out of that fight alive. Icarus again just doing so much damage as Samir. We're seeing that early game damage too coming out from Icarus.
I do want to highlight how much damage Icarus was able to block. He stopped Marco Flavo from getting the 4th shot. Ooh.
Ooh, Oath flashing over the wall, just barely dodging Lord Zoten's engage and El Big Daddy's root onto him.
And that is a flash for flash. El Big Daddy did flash forward to get the root on him. Oath is very low, and Marco Flavo does have his flash, so fourth shot flash Q could actually do something here to Oath, and he needs to keep himself careful because even though Icarus has the heal, you don't want to just burn that because your support overstayed. You'd rather save that for, say, when Hecarim ganks. But Hecarim's gank path is going to be delayed by a significant amount. He's only level 4 here, and about a camp behind Gid Shadeslayer. So this Brand actually out-jungling the Hecarim right now, which is not something I expected to say when I woke up this morning.
These strats looks like to be working. This Brand securing himself a early first blood will allow him to secure that lead over Lord Zotan, and also Lord Zotan running it down in the top lane under that turret, getting executed doesn't help doesn't help him, I guess, get ahead.
And I guess the silver lining here for Get Money Boys, especially Lord Zotan, is that he does get that Scuttle Crab. Gid Shadeslayer never went for it, so it was still available. Emrys leashed it for him. Lord Zotan just made sure to smite it as he zoomed by. So he's in a better position. Definitely not like an optimal Hecarim position against Brand, but he's still doing okay. And once he gets 6, that's when we're going to see what Lord Zotan can do on this Hecarim. Until then, it's still going to be pretty slow. No one really can fight unless it's Icarus and Oath engaging on Marco and El Big Daddy.
And I also want to mention, Lord Zotan decided to take Conquers instead of a... Oh, well, okay, I guess they secured Dragon for themselves. But yeah, Lord Zotan has taken Conquers instead of Phase Rush, which would have given him a little bit more movement speed and damage. But it looks like we're going to have a fight topside here as Lord Zotan goes in on Dyslexic, pushed him into Emrys a little bit, so that Emrys can use that use that brittle proc of his to secure a kill for himself.
I was very concerned for like a whole second there during that gank, because Lord Zotan stood exactly still on top of Dyslexic, waiting for him to drop out of the knockup, and then I realized that Dyslexic didn't have flash. I was thinking Lord Zotan was getting a little bit too greedy, going for the value of the... Oh, no way. Okay, he's not stealing it away.
No way. Oh, Daddy actually might get a kill on the Shadeslayer here. Yeah, he gets rooted down, but Big Daddy is stunned, and that will be a kill secured for not Gid Shadeslayer, for Big Daddy 28 as he just catches Shadeslayer off guard while taking his Gromp.
Yeah, that's kind of huge, because with that jungler dead now, and now seeing that Tadarius is walking back to lane, as long as Get Money Boys avoids this Neeko, they will actually have a fairly good position here, but you have to avoid the Neeko first.
And the members grouping towards this bot side is Zoe. Ooh. Lord Zotan actually jumps over the wall here. We might have an engage coming out. Big Daddy misses. Xeterus also misses her root. We're going to have an engage right now. Curtain call gone down. Bullets going down. Marco Flavo secures the first kill onto Oath. Double kill for himself. We're going to see a third kill of the game. Will Icarus get taken down? And it seems like he will not get taken down. But there are 5 members grouped in his bot lane.
Yeah, the Inferno trigger coming out a little bit too late. Icarus couldn't really do it. Coldflow looking for the assassinate, though. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. No.
Was that his real flash that he used? Or is that his ability?
I think that was a picked up flash, because the flash is on a little bit longer of a cooldown than it should be. I think he picked it up because Neeko flashed into the fight.
Oh, I see, yes.
But this does mean that Return to the Middle Sticks gets a lot of turret plates off. Get Money Boys is in the lead. They do get 2 turret plates here in the top or in the bot side, but 4 in the top side will even up that gold lead just a little bit. Call of the Forge God is going to come out for wave clear.
And wave clear it is. Secures a little bit minions and pushes off both Dyslexic and Shadeslayer off the turret that he needs to defend.
And he is not going for the full Garage Sale Orin. He doesn't have a Bramble Vest, and it doesn't look like he's going for one. It looks like he will be finishing that Sunfire Cape first. I think that's better. There's only really two kinds of healing on the side of Return of the Middlesticks. That is, of course, the Inferno trigger from Samira, and then, of course, when she gets her Bloodthirster or Death's Dance, then Dyslexic's healing from Grasp of the Undying and Orange. But that's really, like, the Orange isn't used for healing, really. It's used for cleansing CC, and the Grasp of the Undying is pretty negligible. So it's better to just go for raw stats rather than the value passive of Grievous Wounds here if you're Ornn.
We're gonna have seems like the mid laner is gonna get, I mean, Zoe's gonna get blue buff, while both Bran and Dyslexic are top side, maybe looking for a gank. It's been spotted out.
Oh, maybe we see a fight here in the bot lane, but I don't think so. Emrys, though, he's looking for it.
Emrys he is looking for it. Hits a nice knockup on the Good Shit Slayer with that Brittle Pock. Oh my god, I keep getting mixed up on trying to say Good Shit Slayer's name. But yeah, Dyslexic will slay Emery for a first kill of the game.
Yeah, and Git Shadeslayer getting away on a sliver of health and flashing away, but now El Big Daddy has to flash as well.
Yeah, Oath hitting a nice scenic plate onto Big Daddy. Marco Flavo doing a lot of damage. We've seen that gen damage come out. Unfortunately, Otto's a minion though. Curtain Call going down 1, 2, 3, and are we going to see that fourth bullet coming out? And it hit, and it does come out onto Icarus. Icarus using that AoE wind wall a little bit too early there. But yeah.
That was a great wait by Marco Flavo. Good win wall there by Icarus, because Marco Flavo was hitting them consistently. You know, you were counting it off as well, which really set the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3, and when the fourth should come out.
Ooh, yeah, that's a very nice outplay under the turret. Code Flow. Ooh, that's a double kill for Good Shit Slayer as Zoe heads under tower a little bit. Heads into tower range, unfortunately, and will get taken down by Good Shit Slayer.
Yeah, that's not good. If you're Get Money Boys, that is certainly not good, because Return of the Middlesticks are now in the lead. They have an extra, they're up 500 gold. That's sitting on Gid Shadeslayer, who Brand is going to be able to do a lot of damage in the late game. Hecarim is really not unlocked here. He's 0, 1, and 3. He is about 12 CS up on Brand, 3 camps, but he's going to lose this second dragon because he's not even going to try for it. Get Money Boys has actually fallen behind here, and as we discussed in the Champion Select, the snowball of Return of the Middlesticks is huge. If Samira gets ahead, she starts to take over team fights. She's not ahead, but Brand is, and he also takes over team fights. They're going to have to be able to assassinate him or just kind of take out his support system around him before these team fights start. Otherwise, it's going to get very scary for Get Money Boys with that Pyroclasm just bouncing left and right off of all of their important carries.
We're going to have a fight here. El Big Daddy getting stunned down. Icarus jumping in with that dash of his. Textidarius misses his route, unfortunately. While Lord Zordon is in the back line doing tons of CC. Textidarius gets ignited down. Icarus! Wow, one of those Zoe abilities, again, just takes him down. Going in once more. The ultimate will go down, but unfortunately, he will not have enough health to get another kill for himself. Good shit there, going back into the fight. Oath trying to frontline for his carries. Cold Flow in his backline. Marco Flavo secures a kill on it to Oath. Nico with his ultimate going in. Unfortunately, Code Flow will have that flash available for him to flash off. Fourth shot will secure a triple kill for Marco Flavo.
And Cold Flow did use his actual flash there, not thinking that Marco Flavo would get it, but that is a huge team fight win for Get Money Boys. They kind of did it. They kind of found they were able to pick off some of, well, not only Brand, but some of that support system. Gid Shadeslayer got a lot of damage off onto Lord Zoten, but his Pyroclasm went the wrong way. He wasn't putting it on Marco Flavo and Cold Flow. He kind of dropped it on El Big Daddy. And while he did get the kill on El Big Daddy, that is a lot of your damage gone if you are Brand fighting in such a spread out team fight like that. So Get Money Boys is able to kill Brand. They find Oath as El Big Daddy runs away. Dyslexic wasn't able to be part of that fight since he was in the top lane taking down that turret. And Get Money Boys puts themselves back in the lead, 700 gold here at 14 minutes, 15 seconds. And it's looking okay for them as I say that El Big Daddy gets picked.
Yeah, he does get picked. The Zenith Blade and all that CC just secures that kill on to him. Emery's is here too. He might be looking for a fight.
Yeah, Emerus is here, but he doesn't have any support here. Lord Zotan is down in the bot lane, so is Marco Flavo. It looks like this Rift Herald, second Rift Herald, will also go over to Return of the Middlesticks. They're sitting pretty here. They're just behind in gold. Emerus, though, actually, Emerus is not doing great. He's level 9 here at 15 minutes, and he needs to be level 14 before those Ornn items start kicking in to make his teammates stronger. And the horse is here.
Big horse runs at Tedarius. Oh, that is a nice range, far range. We got a TP coming in here, going somewhere. Looks like he's going bot lane. Rift Herald bashes his head right into that turret, chunking that turret's health down to a little bit lower than 25%. Looks like this fight might go on. Samira threw a little bit of autos while his support stuns him down. Oh my gosh, that is huge damage. Zenith Blade connected. Ult is down for Oath. Emery's has been stunned. Zoe again secures himself a double kill just because he does so much damage. Gets the Shade Slayer flashing out of the fight. Code Flow again. And this front line using that flash that he got to get away from the barrels. Flash going over the wall for Dyslexic, trying to save himself. Curtain Call, it seems like will get dropped, unfortunately not being able to secure a kill with that ultimate.
A 2-kill lead, a couple of summoners traded. Get Money Boys will take those. They are actually doing quite well. They were able to find that double kill by Zoe, as you pointed out. Icarus and Oath both going down, and Git Shadeslayer was not able to capitalize on any of that because they were very well spread out. They were avoiding the Pyroclasm bounce, and I think only El Big Daddy got hit by it. I think he took 2 hits because it bounced off of a minion. But that's not enough to win a team fight. Git Shadeslayer doing what he can, but what he can is not enough in this situation. As Get Money Boys pushes their lead to about 1.5k, 45 seconds to this third dragon, and Get Money Boys needs to actually fight this. They're going to have the Call of the Forge God up, so they need to find themselves a favorable fight, good engage, pick off Git Shadeslayer, and they will give up this turret because they don't want to start anything too early without their team there. Cold Flow is still in the base. And that's late. That's very late. Cold Flow needs to get into the toward the pit now because 20 seconds from now, the dragon spawns. Icarus can start to burn that down because he's got that Essence Reaver, and Git Shadeslayer has all of that % health damage. Get Money Boys, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lord Zotan?
What are you doing, Shade Slayer? He's so far ahead, but then again, he does so much damage to Lord Zotan. 30% HP for Lord Zotan after that engagement. Oh my god. Now we're seeing the damage from Zoe come out. Those little homing missiles have become nuclear missiles, absolutely obliterating any squish's HP bar. Team Rotom has to be super careful. Yes, as Code Flow sniper uses that 40 uses that op and just snipes down Icarus with his abilities. Oh, big Leona ult, Call of the Forge God going out, hitting 2 members of the Rotom. Zenith Blade coming in. We're going to have Exodus started going into his ultimate, but unfortunately he will not have enough health to finish off channeling his ultimate, and that will be an ace for Get Money Boys.
Return of the Middlesticks gets so greedy. They lose their ADC. Zoe is just way too strong. She's got the Luden's Echo, 4, 1, and 9 currently. And she pops Icarus in 2 paddle stars. Takes Git Shadeslayer's health down, takes Oath's health down, and at that point, they're down a man, and the Call of the Forge God is up. But what does Return of the Middlesticks do? They continue going for the dragon. Get Money Boys sees this weakness. They capitalize on it. They start the fight. They hit trade with the Call of the Forge God, and even though Oath pretty much gets the perfect Solar Flare off, that's not enough because you're fighting a 4v5 against a team fighting high damage team. Get Money Boys find the ace, they find themselves a 5k gold lead, they find themselves their first dragon of the game, and now that Emerus has reset, they find themselves a turret in the bot lane. They are looking great here at 19 minutes.
And 19 minutes it is. We're going to see Gameplank finish that Triforce and also get himself a BF sword. That will be, I mean, a pretty big power spike for him too if he finishes. What does a Gameplank build nowadays?
I think it's crit. Or it's
Crit?
Essence Reaver. Yeah, so he's building the Essence Reaver. I think you go for IE next because you deal more damage with your barrel crits. And then maybe like Phantom Dancer?
Yeah, but I'd love to see Dyslexic being able to just get a few more items and just seeing that Gameplank use those barrels just do tons of damage. But unfortunately, right now he's not able to do much during the team fights. But then again, their team fight does have a lot of high damage champions. So if they do manage, I mean, again, I'm going back on my words. They do have code Return of the Middle Sticks. No, not Return of the Middle Sticks. Oh my God. Get Money Boys has that disgusting little girl champion that just throws tons of damage back and forth, and an Oath, we see right there, gets taken down, gets obliterated by Zoe.
This is scary. I mean, he missed his battle star and he just did half of Icarus's health. That's a strong champion.
That is a very, very disgusting champion, and Lord Zoden catches out Good Shit Slayer, who apparently is just in his jungle chilling, and they caught him with his pants down and secures a kill for themselves.
The flanking brand, my dude, that is not what you need when you've finally fallen behind. Lord Zoden.
Lord Zoden, yeah, I guess he just goes in thinking his team will follow up. Unfortunately, his team is not there. Gangplank all goes down. Slows Code Flow to look for Flash. Zenith Blade for Oath. Unfortunately, it will not connect. Marco Flavo already in this fight. Call of the Forge God has gone down. Knocks up Dyslexic. Marco Flavo is godlike now with that. Now we got Curtain Call. Let's see this bullets. Ooh! Oath will get shot down. Double kill secured for Marco Flavo. Icarus is the last remaining player of this fight, using that AoE wind wall, trying to get himself out of here, using that flash too. Will he be able to get out of here alive? Tune in at the next time. And as the camera switches back, it seems like they're still chasing after him, slowed, and it seems like he will get taken down. Actually, no, dashes onto some minions here. Is under turret though. Unfortunately, yeah, he is a squishy, and Godflow is now godlike after that kill.
And at the end of the day, Get Money Boys stretches their lead further, even though Lord Zoten kind of runs it down. I think he was going for like a value. He was going for more value off of that charge. He was trying to get someone to like flash and then he could knock them back rather than letting them flash out afterward, but it doesn't work out for him. However, Get Money Boys is really far ahead. Emerus hits a beautiful Call of the Forge God on Dyslexic to ensure the Get Money Boys gets to pick him off. Then after that, it's kind of just a shooting gallery for the Jhin, since he is very strong and Return of the Middle Sticks is very squishy. They don't have a single tank because Leona, bless her heart, doesn't have any health, really has half of an item of stats in her pocket. So now it's a 10k gold or a 7k gold lead here for Get Money Boys. Return of the Middle Sticks is down 21-8 in kills, and they're even losing in the tower count. The only thing they have to their name here is this dragon advantage, which could very easily change in the next 15 seconds, as it looks like Get Money Boys is setting up around this dragon, and they have all of their team fighting ultimates. In a second, they're going to get... Oh, and Emerus even stole that away.
Emerus is just so scary, I guess, by himself. Yeah, he's going to go on to get Shit Slayer stunned down by Oath, flashing out here, trying to stay alive. Lord Zoten hops, and we're going to see him go right straight onto Icarus, securing himself a kill. Drowsy for Oath. He will get taken down too. Good Shit Slayer flashes over the wall, tries to save himself alive. A huge 3-man ult coming from X to Darius, but unfortunately not enough damage to secure a kill. The Code Flow goes over the wall. Drowsy's again, but Gangplank is there to shut him down. Wow, Marco Flavo uses that big boy shots now, those disgustingly nasty revolver shots, and takes down, I believe it was Icarus. Oh, no, it was Good Shit Slayer.
And this was the whole issue that I saw in draft. The Jhin getting to be locked in for Marco Flavo. Not only is it one of his good champions, but you draft 4 squishies into a Jhin and then are surprised when you're losing. So this dragon and this team fight will go over to Get Money Boys. They've evened that up. They're 8,000, almost 9,000 gold. No, I still can't do math. It's still 7k in the lead. But the Baron is on the map. Return of the Middle Sticks has a control ward on it, but that is one control ward and no deeper vision. So if Get Money Boys wants to set up a bait around this, all they need to do is deny vision in the pit and then just wait in one of these bushes on the red side.
Seems like Rotom is going to be dropping a few wards by this Baron pit, and Get Money Boys will counter with the what is that? The trinket, blue trinket, trying to get some vision on the Baron.
Yeah, that Farsight Orb does just show them that there is a control ward in the pit, and Emerus actually aggroes the Baron with his Forge Fire Cape. So, I mean, he doesn't take any damage from it, so it's perfectly fine for him. Get Money Boys looking really good here. They are now denying vision of that regular ward placed in the pit. They just took a lot of damage off of Dyslexic, and Gid Shadeslayer's gone.
Gid Shadeslayer is gone indeed. As Lord Zoden just runs at him, big horse stomping over him with that hooves, Code Flow with those missiles to just obliterate Gid Shadeslayer. Now the jungler is gone.
Yeah, no jungler, no smite. This is going to take a 4v5 team fight win from Return of the Middlesticks minus their most fed member. So this is a do or die situation for them. And we'll have to see if they can try and steal this away from Emerus with smite.
Oh, Lord Zoden has that smite. Oh no, another Drowsy has been hit. Code Flow, let's see. Oh, the Nico clone is going to tank that for his team. Both trying to get onto Lord Zoden, maybe kill him off of the carries. Knock up, now Icarus dodging, moving back and forth. But that huge damage from Jhin auto attack just obliterates Icarus's HP bar. Oath again getting taken down. Code Flow just doing too much damage. Emery's in the front line, also doing a lot of damage, being able to also frontline the damage for his team. Gid Shadeslayer is now alive and end this fight, but maybe not for long. Code Flow coming from this back here, flashing away as he gets hit by the turret. Oh, Marco Flavo flashing in, huge damage onto Dyslexic as he gets taken and down. Emery's taking a few turret shots. Gid Shadeslayer gets rooted down, and that will be a kill, but a shutdown for Gid Shadeslayer on his Zoe.
The ace here for Get Money Boys. This is scary. When Jhin frontlines, you know the game is going well for that team. He flashes into Dyslexic's face to kill him. He succeeds. He does not get punished for it at all. Unfortunately, Cold Flow is kind of the sacrificial lamb there. He jumps under the turret to try and kill Gid Shadeslayer. Hands over an 800 gold shutdown, but at the end of the day, it's 31-11 in kills. It's now finally a 10.5k gold lead, and Gid Shadeslayer, even though he just got an extra 800 in his pocket, that's not really going to be enough to bring his team back single-handedly. They need to find concerted efforts for picks here. They need to find, Gangplank ult into Solar Flare into Icarus starting to clean up. And Icarus needs to get fed. The Samira can put out so much damage, and in a team fight with the Inferno trigger, he can absolutely melt squishies. He just needs to have the tools to do it, and he's just put himself even further behind by paying the 1300 gold for that QSS.
Yeah, the Quicksilver Stash might not be the best buy for him, but then again, if he does get CC, that is for sure zero chance of him being able to get into a fight and stay alive.
Oh no!
Oh,
That's half
extra
health.
Darius. That is half health from a Jhin auto attack, I believe.
Yeah, and this is a 100% crit Jhin. So not only does he chunk super hard, he's got extra AD, and he chunks, and oh man.
Yeah, Lord Zoden goes over the wall. Oh, this is in the back line here. Oh, might be able to see Samira do some stuff. Unfortunately, he will get shut down and forced out of this fight. Oh, it's going on to Code Flow, maybe trying to get himself a kill. Curtain Call has gone down. Bullets getting shot out. Curtain Call will secure a kill as Zoe gets a triple kill out of that fight.
And this will spell the end of the game. The pick earlier is going to turn into a team fight here. Gid Shadeslayer goes down. Oath dives the backline for Marco Flavo, but it is too little, too late. There is nothing that Return of the Middlesticks can do, as Get Money Boys is going to clean up this series 2-0 and move themselves on with a spot in finals.
Yeah, what a great game. We saw that Team Rotom had the initial lead, but I guess they lost this lead after some very good fights from Lord Zoten, and after those snowbally fights, they just for Team Get Money Boys, they just came back and just kept on snowballing. Again, like you said, that with Jhin doing tons of damage, Code Flow also doing tons of damage from the backline.
Yeah, and Get Money Boys, they had a very even first game playing against Return of the Middlesticks, back and forth. This time, much less even after they got out of those early stages. The moment that the team fighting was unlocked for GMB, they just absolutely ran over Return of the Middlesticks. They will be booking their ticket for a spot at Finals tomorrow at 1 p.m. Meanwhile, Return of the Middlesticks will be playing the third place match as they look for a little bit of money back in their pockets after a long split. So thank you guys for watching as this first gold semifinal cleans up. In an hour at 1 p.m. CDT, we will be going live with the second semifinal between Glacial, Omen, and Gecko Slammer Armageddon, the first seed. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back in an hour with me and Gold
The Cure.
MVP B-Pots at the helm. Thank you everybody. See ya.
Thank you for coming, guys.